XC and I took a boat over to Vancouver Island, British Columbia, to talk to a fellow who had a Sasquatch sighting on the east side of Bearhead Mountain. I crossed the Carbon River, followed a National Forest Service trail. Actually, it's more like a Jeep trail. One-lane road. It went way back there. You kept gaining elevation until it just comes to an abrupt end. I'm guessing about 3,000 feet. I don't really know. It was cold up there. And that's where the trailhead to Bearhead Mountain begins. And while I was walking up that trail, I heard this knocking sound. It sounded something like this. My first thought was, it's a bunch of Boy Scouts. I'm thinking, man, these scoutmasters up here really take this Boy Scout stuff seriously. They bring these kids way out here to this remote area. The reason I thought that was when I was a kid, I would take a dull hatchet and beat my brains out against an old blackjack oak, trying to cut it down, and it made that same kind of a knocking sound. I continue on up, and you keep gaining altitude, and I heard this loud pop. You know, it sounded just like a huge branch breaking off, or a tree about that big around being snapped in two. And I'm thinking, well, what are the odds that that would snap off just as I'm out here in the middle of nowhere? What a coincidence. Now, fast forward 30 years. I was watching a television show, and it was something reputable, like one of the big three, National Geographic, Science Channel, something along that line. And on that program was a guy who had a PhD in anthropology, professor from a university in Idaho, And there were characteristics he was attributing to Sasquatch. One of them were the wood knocks and the breaking off these small trees, perhaps as warning signs or, saying this is our territory. And I'm thinking, hey, I heard both of those when I was up on Bearhead Mountain. Another thing they were talking about was these wood structures. I can't say I saw those on Bearhead, but I've seen them numerous times throughout my life. It's something like, the poles for a teepee. I used to just think they were structures made by hunters 50 years ago or whatever. But my issue is multifold. First of all, I don't see a food source for them. Second, this is the Pacific Northwest. These are outdoor people here, okay? I mean, man, you have thousands of game trails out there in the forest. You have thousands of people, most of them with cell phones, going hiking, mountain biking, and we do not have not one clear photograph of a Sasquatch yet. Why is that? Perhaps they don't exist. But I do keep an open mind, okay? When I'm driving through forested areas, I'll look over to the side, both sides of the road. I keep my eyes open, just in case.